All right, Arsenal fan circle here. Season 3, episode 31. It is an episode. It's a never-ending drama. It's a never-ending soap opera of Arsenal, right? Um, yeah. First of all, if you're new around here, hit that subscriber button. I don't know why you haven't subscribed yet. Slap a like on the video. Really would appreciate it because we need everything here just to G us up a little bit. This was a low-key game. But we did well, arguably we did what we needed to do. We did what we should have done. We'll get into that. 3-0 win against the bottom feeders. This is the kind of results we need in the league for me to start to regain confidence, for the team to start to regain confidence and get that confidence boost for what will be a tough game on Thursday. You know, a season defining game on Thursday. So introductions, first of all, Tony. He's sporting the number 9 there, the captain. Captain Tony, Captain Lacazette, and Matt here, all the way from South Africa.
Oh, wait. What up?
You forgot what your name is? And you forgot where you live?
Did I say my here? Who did I say?
You said, I think you said my here, but he was pointing, it looked like he was pointing away.
I forgot where he's from.
I lost in the lineup. Like, oh, I didn't know you. Yeah, hello.
Gary in the bottom right-hand corner. Gary.
Hello, everyone.
Were you driving, Matt? Were you Matt driving today?
No, not at all. No,
He's
not at
waving
all.
at everybody.
Yeah,
He's
I was happy.
Happy Gary today.
I was happy with a win, yes.
And Alonso, how are you, Alonso?
Good. How you guys doing today?
Hey, kick it off, Alonso. How are you feeling after that game, a 3-0 win against Sheffield United?
Yeah, so I'm feeling good. Yeah, it's good to see Martinelli score. He hadn't scored in a long time, so it was good to see him. Although it was a scare, at the very ending of the game. I think it was like 70th minute. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the performance. I'm good that Lacazette can finally, use his shooting boost a little bit and give us a couple of goals. And all in all, it was a good day. It was good seeing Hardy getting an assist. I think that seeing him healthy and playing well with the team is pretty much what we saw with Atletico Madrid. Right, is what we saw today.
Yeah,
as someone that could hold on to the pivot midfielder and show his skills off. It's good to see him do that because I have yet to see him do that in a full game at least, and so it was good to seeing him put a shift in, and it was good seeing a new different formation, I guess, different players. I think Chambers did pretty well as the back and the back center backs there, and it was just a good game to be to move on from. I think that Sheffield United aren't a good team, but we have to learn how to beat teams like that who are a weaker side. So it's a good game.
Exactly. Let's put it in context, Gary. Sheffield United, likely they're going to go down. I'm not sure if it's not the record amount of low points that they're going to go down with, but they have not been the team that they were last year, and Chris Wilder's moved on, and they're trying to retool, I guess, for what life is going to be like for them in the championship. And Arsenal had to go there and put in a professional performance. And as Alonso alluded to, Arteta again almost like trying to outwit himself in terms of his tactical approach here. But what was your overall take from the game, Gary?
So I guess I'm going to be a little up and down with my analysis here. So 3-0 win, I'll take that. I enjoyed that. We were on the front foot a lot. I enjoyed that from the offensive standpoint. Should it have been a 1-0 game with 70 minutes into the game? I think that's where I'm a little disappointed that we weren't a little bit better as far as our attack and finishing and whatnot. So that's where I kind of because I believe the first half would have been something that Arteta would have kind of scripted and planned for, right? And so the team would have had everything fresh in their mind and be able to implement everything. And it looked like for the first 20 minutes or so, we just could not get the ball up the field as much as I thought we should be able to. We had a lot of opportunities to score. Similar to the last game, we had a lot of opportunities that we kind of we killed ourselves. With some of our passing. What's he saying?
You don't look impressed. Gary is in the search of never-ending perfection, right?
No. But I feel like if you're playing the worst team in the league, and if we, if we're 10th and they're 20th, then we should be better than we were for the first 70 minutes. I think that part that's where I stand. And I think we have players that can do that. I think with Saka and Martinelli and Lacazette, the way we were kind of playing today, I think we should have had, had more happiness in the game. I'll take the win, but this is where sometimes it feels like we kind of cater to the teams we're playing, and we kind of either lower our standards sometimes to where they are. So it's a game. This should not have been a game at all. I mean, I don't think so. Even with our backups and whatnot, I don't think this should have been a game where we kind of look like, wow, 60 minutes into the game, if they get a score here, this is going to be a tight one, right? So that's kind of where I'm looking at it. So I am happy with the win.
Yeah,
because there's certain times when you expect to win, right? We expected to win today.
Yeah.
As bad, no matter how bad we played, we expected to win. I just thought we would play, a lot better than we did. And especially in that first 70 minutes. I know the scoreline looks good, but sometimes we lost one. We've lost 1-0, and it was never even that close. So a 3-0 win here, it shouldn't even have been this close, right? I mean, we scored some of those. Like I said, we scored those goals late. So I guess I'm going to be the negative one on the panel maybe today. But I feel like, that's where I said I feel like we should be a lot better than that against the team, especially if the table doesn't lie, or if it does lie, are we worse? I don't think so, but table
doesn't lie. After 30 plus games, the table does not lie.
We're 10 places better than them, so we should be able to handle them easily. Yeah,
exactly. My here, still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Take the assembles question there. Well, they won, missed the game. Was it as easy as the scoreline suggested? My here, and as Gary kind of outlined, there was a bit of a. I would characterize it as they put up a fight for about 30 minutes. Lacazette got the first goal, and we didn't push home our advantage till 20 minutes from the end.
Yeah, I'm not going to be negative either. I mean, it looked like a good win. Unfortunately, I also didn't watch the whole game as I was preoccupied with my nieces and my nephews and keeping them entertained as their uncle. So,
show them Arsenal. Arsenal will entertain them.
Yeah, I have to. There's nothing to do yet at their grandfather's house. So, I have to find some maneuvers or some other ways to keep him occupied.
Ray, you were really mean if you think Arsenal is going to keep kids happy. That's really mean of you. I mean, I don't know. You're like the mean stepmother. If that's what here we go. Just put Arsenal on for you.
You know what?
PG.
Actually, the funny thing about it is, I don't actually put on the football when they're around. Especially not Arsenal, considering that their father is a Liverpudlian and a very hardcore Liverpudlian. So they've got all the kits and stuff. So I'm like more towards my blood sister. They are like, my nephew and my niece on her side is like 3 and 5. So like she refers to herself whenever she sees David Luiz with the curly hair, she's like, oh, I'm on the pitch. I'm like, yes, it is. As terrible as it was. Anyway, guys, the game. Was it as bad as we looked? Was it as easy as it looked? Kind of, but we do expect this. From my perspective, it was a nothing game. Doesn't mean anything. Our season, literally in the league, ended about, I think it was 3 months ago. I think it was to Crystal Palace or something. In terms of getting anywhere near the top 6. So, you know what? Beautiful goal scored. I'm glad to see Lacazette. He needs to bring the same damn energy when we go against Slavia Prague on Thursday. And Martinelli on the score sheet. Come on. What do you... Arteta, where's your excuses? Please, by all means, where is your bloody excuses why he hasn't been playing? I don't know. That's all I have to say, guys. Short and sweet.
Yeah, good time to bring Tony in here. You have champion Lacazette quite a bit here, as Miss Millie says here. Lacazette for Arsenal in the Premier League, 124 matches, 50 goals, and 23 assists. So he's had 73 goal involvements in 124 games, Tony.
Yep. Took him a while to get there. I think he's the 8th French player to get 50 goals for us. He had a great game today. Glad to see him leading the line. Glad Uba had the flu or whatever his problem is.
We'll get into that flu because the flu's not stamped out, but there's not a lot of flu going around. I would imagine at this point in time, and people are split on what that actually means. If you're gonna come up with an excuse for Aubameyang not to be there, come up with something a little bit more original. I would say, you know what I mean.
COVID makes
Steve Denham said if Arsenal were bad, gun the news would have smashed his head through the wall in his Hulk smash rage.
Oh, they love the rants.
No need to rage today, right?
No need to rage today. Thursday, however, guys, woo, we are hanging on a thread. So we're going to discuss further about whether or not we should use this. Now, I wanted to pose the question also early on, maybe, should we use the exact same squad tonight? And how do we go forward on Thursday?
Use the formation, but not the same players.
All right, well, let's shelve that for a little bit more. Let's bask in the sunshine of 3 points that are not easy to come across.
Can I finish my thoughts on the game?
Absolutely, Tony. Go for it.
Martinelli got in there and already has more assists and goals than William has in the entire season. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And just imagine what happens when Xhaka's out of the midfield. It unlocks the entire team. You see pace. You see the ball going forward. You see Chambers on the side throwing the ball in.
So just to clarify, so Xhaka actually played further back?
Left center back for the most part.
Wow, I did not. I thought it was a little strange when I saw somebody with the ball back there, and I was like, that is Xhaka, and I'm like, what is he? All right, I thought it was just how sometimes we switch position based on in or out of position possession of the ball. So I thought that's what it was. I didn't think it was basically that was where we started and then built up
pretty much
from there.
that most of the game.
Wow.
Okay. So from our pre-game show, we thought Saka would be filling in the left back spot.
Yep.
So we went back to the back three.
We went back to a back three, and with Xhaka filling in there at times to make it a 4.
And did that look like a defensive lineup, like the way we were playing in this game when we had 3 at the back? Because usually when we put 3 at the back, it's supposedly more defensive sometimes, right? And it didn't look like it today.
Chambers was playing right winger most of the time. He's further up than Pepe was.
So I thought that it was Xhaka playing left back. Because of the way that
shout out to the second Alonso. Shout out to the wife here, tuning in, saying hello.
The boss speaks.
3 points are pretty good in this household, Gary. Alonso, sorry.
Yeah. So the way I saw on TV was that Xhaka was playing left back, but then you had some players rotating back and forth. It was kind of, I wouldn't say cool, but it was something different, and at times, on TV, it looked like Ceballos was at times playing left back because you don't know per se who's playing what, and
he's playing inverted wing back.
Okay,
playing on the inside.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing though. I mean, not every one of us is going to figure that out, and he makes us think about the game, makes our head hurt for the first 12 minutes of the game, right, Alonso?
It seemed like that way because the way
Alonso got the flu.
And then
you need a sick note.
Now we
Carry
know
on.
why he drops out if he drops out during this one.
Go for it, Alonso.
Sorry.
Do we lose him? Oh,
You
we
gotta
lost
let
him.
Alonso have his say because his internet
got that-
only allows
he's got-
60 seconds.
He dropped out with the flu.
You know what? He's got to keep feeding the meter, and when we starts talking, he can't feed the meter. So
Yeah,
then
so-
you gotta let him get all his time in because they're all the meter.
Sorry,
I've got a
Alonso.
And Gary,
from one shadow.
none of us Gooners should be mad. We shouldn't have a mad face today, but internet and Wi-Fi will definitely make somebody mad if it's not working for them. So
Definitely, yeah. Now, like I said, it's we'll take the win. We got 3 goals. Like I said, scores. Nice. The first goal through the middle was perfect, right? 1, 2, 3 touches, goal. It was perfect. I mean, who would have knew we could do that without Milsrufro and Martin, right?
Mhm.
So,
Why do you think
that fun says, why do you think we call him Farteta? And Brownie, first of all, I'm originally from Ireland. Mahir's from South Africa. Gary's originally from London, right?
yep. Only one here who's like pure bred American is that guy up there with the silly shirt on backwards.
Tony could be president.
No, we were just guys. We were subscribers. We were all our fans and our subscribers are like family to us. We were just saying before the game. Also, we were discussing. I was saying it's very old school to wear jersey front to back. I mean, you guys remember wearing baseball jerseys and stuff front to back. I mean, I never did it, but I would still personally rock something like that. If it was like one of my favorite players, even like a Henry shirt, I'd rock front to back or a Bergkamp shirt. Well, it does look good. I'm sure you guys will agree with me.
Watch out, Beatles
Celebrate
about.
his 50th goal.
There we go.
Anyone know that show? Watch out, Beatles about. It's Watch Out, Brownies about. Troublemaker.
I do. Yeah.
17 players in this squad he has chosen. There are 8 more, and this squad is his.
Yeah.
Everybody says once he gets his players, but based on his actions, he's already got most of them, right? So
yeah, look, he is accountable now. He's here 18 months, and we're not where we want to be in the league. I'll readily admit that, Gary and Tony, Mahir, Alonso. I'll readily admit that we're not where we need to be.
Yeah.
But today it was important to get 3 points against the Sheffield United team. Alonso, you're back in.
Yeah.
do you put your money back in the meter?
Yeah.
Wi-Fi meter?
Yeah, it's a joke. I'm good. I'm fine now. I'm using my phone, so yeah. I'm good now.
All right.
You got over the flu fast.
Thanks.
Tony. All right, let's start this off. Let's start this podcast off now. It's 14 minutes in, but let's start. Tony, your initial reactions to the lineup. We talked about it in pregame. We thought Saka would be left back. We like Pablo Maria and Holding. We did mention the 3 at the back. It actually did turn out to be like that. Of course, you like Chambers in that right back position, Tony.
Yeah, he was right winger more than he was. He wasn't even wing back. This one, he was just all the way up there.
Maintaining Partey and Xhaka as the pivot in midfield. Ceballos is in there, but as it turned out, Ceballos would be a low line midfielder. Is that the right way to say it?
Inside wing back is what I'd say.
Yeah.
You could call him.
He was essentially the pivot with Partey, and Xhaka was essentially their left back. A little bit too exotic for my taste against Sheffield United. Arteta didn't really need to go that tactical, right?
And I think he's just trying to see what works with the players he has. I think he's reverting back to the back 3 or more of a hybrid we were seeing in September and October before we switched to the back 4.
Gary, do you think we've learned anything today in terms of tactics, moving his players around, trying a new system out? Anything he could possibly implement in the remainder of the season?
I think so. I think maybe not the formation and whatnot, but at least he's able to see what these players can do if they get in space and position and all of that. So to that degree, I think we show we can do some attacking and what it looks like when we do it right. I mean, I know this isn't a quality opponent, but this is what it should look like, right? When you're playing a team that is below you or not as big of a threat to you. So you got to take advantage of it and show what you can do. So I feel like players got to come out of whatever little bit of a shell they might have been in and play a little bit, more freely. I still think they're being handcuffed a little bit, but I think this showed that they can attack if needed and how it would look. I mean, it looked really good, and to think we didn't even have, our number 10s right today. And we still look like we were able to get something out of the game. So what he put in place worked. So I would have liked to see it work a lot better. That's all.
Yeah, and Gary, we were fearing it would be a Willian or a Sabias in that creative attacking midfielder, but position. As it turned out, it would be Saka, and probably the best choice of the remaining fit players to play there.
And that was nice. That was nice to see Saka at that. I think the further up the field he is, and if he does need to come back a little bit to support, then that's fine. So I think I like that. It allows him to come on the field, allows Pepe to be out there, right? It allows other players to get out there that we couldn't bring. So I feel like that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, Alonso, anything else you saw from the lineup? And then I'll go to my hair.
Yeah, so I think that we've been crying out. Well, at least I would like to have seen Bukayo Saka as the number 10. I think that he, in my opinion, is best suited in that role. But thankfully, Arteta has now used Amels's role and or Odegaard in that role, so we hadn't had a bother. But it was kind of nice to see that today. And I was impressed by Party today as well. I think that he's finally coming to his own, and he didn't get hurt today. At least we hope not, right? Because we're going to need him on Thursday. And I know that Xhaka is hard as crap, but I think he didn't do that bad at left back today either. So I think all in all, as long as the team wins, right, we have to be satisfied with that performance. But even though there's still a lot to be worked on, but I kind of like this idea that Arteta presented today.
Yeah, Melina's saying Kieran Tierney's out for the rest of the season. Mahir, other possible injuries we saw today we didn't want to see. Taking a risk playing Saka, I understand. He went out with possibly a thigh injury, and we're all worried about Martinelli when he takes a tumble as well in the second half.
Look, hopefully it's just hopefully it's a light sprain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we are going to need him very badly during the rest of the Europa League campaign. In regards to the starting lineup, I'm not seeing anything I would disagree with at the moment. Although it was weird to see Granit Xhaka at left back, though. I see at 4-2-3-1. That was my only when I saw the lineup.
He didn't play it though. He's more left center back.
Yeah, I mean, geez, fam, that's a bit. But what can you do? You have to deal with what you have at the moment, the players at your disposal. And from what I saw, it actually didn't work out too badly with what we do have at the moment. And we just pray that Saka is going to be available. And by all means, please, Arteta, Martinelli. I was so happy to have seen him score a goal. Even though I didn't watch the game and I saw him score that goal, I was like, what? This is what's insane.
Nice.
And I was disappointed with his first shot attempt to hit the side netting. I was like, come on. I'm gonna bring up the negatives. I am. But I want him to score. So
Heavy downer.
Yeah, that's me. That is me.
Listen, it doesn't hurt to have one of us in the panel that always wants a little bit more. It's okay.
I always want a little bit. I want a little bit more, and I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait to see what happens when you guys say this is a perfect match, and I still complain. I don't think that won't happen, but I feel like today we had a lot left in the tank, right?
Yeah, I mean, a perfect match is taking your opportunities, having pretty good possession, dominating the opposition. We did that for a large degree today. We just didn't put the goals away early. It happened in the second half. And we did what we needed to do. I think it was a professional performance in the end. Tony, I was just going to go to you. You dropped that.
Tony.
You probably just knocked him out, right? That's probably your new trick now. Before you have to ask him a question, you go, Tony, click, exit.
I don't do that.
Tony, your time's gone. You just missed your window.
Fucking touch sensitive mouse.
Tony. No, Tony, the assemble said when he plays Chambers, we're playing a back three, but he's calling it back for a full team. And it did have Sheffield United off kilter for a little bit, first 15 minutes.
Yeah, they seemed confused on knowing what to do. They were pretty much playing with a flat back five, and Chambers was getting behind them really easy because Pepe and him were overloading there on the right. Everything was going down the right for the most part. 15, 20 minutes.
That is confirmed there from Tony. Molina had said, Arteta just said Tierney is out for the rest of the season. What do I do?
There's the guy behind me, below me. He's making noises.
Well, I'm sorry.
Give me a break, man.
Does anyone know of a YouTuber who focuses on the MLS? If you do, let Brownie know. But yeah.
Hi, Darren.
Hey, Darren. Hello, everybody else in the chat. I see Miss Molina.
Miss Molina.
Stefan. Who else is out there? Steve Denham. Of course, Brownie's here because he does.
Darren's cat?
He's never.
How's Darren's
Brownie, the Arsenal supporter.
Yeah.
No, it's all good, Brownie. You're welcome.
Hey,
Darren said I dropped my ice cream on the third goal. A poor cat.
Cat's got a white hand.
Arsenal haven't scored enough goals though to scare the cat really too badly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the third goal looked really good, right? Because you're like, that pass went from it was a long pass, right? I forget who made that pass. Was it
Partey?
Partey, yeah. Because I wanted to say his name, but I wanted to maybe just in case, not just assume every time we see a long pass like that it's Partey. Yeah.
I said smash the likes, everybody. Would be appreciated. It's true. Bellerin can't even play right back. Imagine him a left back. Yeah, exactly.
And Jacques played left back, right, and looked pretty good for us. Left center back. Sorry, 3 at the back. Yeah.
Partey was brilliant tonight. A great bounce back from Thursday. Let's hope we can take it into Thursday night. This second leg. I'm feeling quite confident about it. I mean, we can't play as badly as we did in the first leg. No. We did miss a huge opportunity playing at home. Our play was very ponderous on Thursday, but let's stick a little bit on today's performance. Slavia beat second place Sparta 2-0 to go, 18 points clear. Our friend Hole scored again, though our win will have them worried, no doubt. Possibly. Maybe a little bit tongue-in-cheek there, PG Ness. Darren's cat has a heart attack in the head.
Who are you missing from this? Who are you missing from this squad that we played today? So if you would take this squad, who's coming out?
Gabriel, probably. Maybe Cedric. And that's about it. So it was a pretty strong team out there.
If that means you're keeping Martinelli playing, right?
We don't know how the flu is clear up.
I think it's one of those 48-day flus, so he might be out for the rest of the season.
I hope not.
I do.
All right. The game started off pretty low key. It was a low key game, and we started off the Martinelli fed Saka in the first 2 minutes. My hair, you didn't see the game.
Unfortunately,
So-
I didn't see the game.
Yeah, you're going to be our additional what do you call that? Operator. What do you call it? You're going to be the color commentator, right? The guy who adds a little bit of jazz to the thing, right?
He's taking my
Gary.
normal job over.
Gary, second minute, Martinelli feeds Saka, and Saka, he's gone a little bit wide, but he hits it quite close. Another one on 7 minutes. Saka feeds across from the right, and the ball is cleared. So we're playing quite early stages.
No, yeah, we're getting opportunities, which is what I like to see, and I like to see a little bit. I like to see the goalie actually have to make a save, right? I mean, a lot of times with goalkeepers don't even have to move, because the ball's just not attacking their goal. So between the posts, guys, between that post, I mean, you want to see more of that because I want to see their goalkeeper have to work as well. We're putting ourselves in some really good situations. We're just not. Our finishing needs to be better. We need to put it between the posts, between the goal, the pipes, or whatever you want to call it, in that white box.
Gary, we got it. Between that frame, right?
In that frame, pick
that ripple.
Yes, exactly. I want the net at the back of the net to feel it.
Hit the onion bag.
The goalie's hands need to sting, right? We want that. Yeah.
Hit the onion bag.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, about it. 3 points is another 4.5%. We're at 68% for the season. We do want to hit. We won't hit 100% unless we win every game. Unless we win out, it's 66 points represents full. McGoldrick then hits a shot wide, Alonso. So it was a little bit easy that he was able to get that possession and get a shot off after the 10th minute.
So, Ray, I missed majority of first half.
Okay.
But I did catch the first, I think, 15 minutes of the game.
You didn't get the first 15, so we'll bring you in then a little bit after that.
Okay.
I'll move on to Tony. Tony, McGoldrick hits a shot wide after 10 minutes.
Yep, that was kind of really only wake-up call for us during the first 20, 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And that's the worrying thing is that, when they got opportunities, it was threatening, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And look, we're all thinking about this, Tony. We're thinking about not being able to keep a clean sheet for 14 games. This would have been a 15th if we didn't keep a clean sheet, but thankfully we did.
Yeah, the defense looked solid. Holding looked solid back there. Mario looked solid in the middle.
Stefan's going for a 2-1 win on Thursday. Gunnar Glenn's going for 3-0. I think we'd probably score 2 goals out there, Glenn, as well.
Yeah. I'm definitely expecting 2 goals from us. So, 2-0, 2-1, 2-0, 2-2, a draw. As long as we score 2 goals and we keep them at bay, we'll be fine. But we need to score 2.
The first goal, Gary, Alonso, Tony, Ray, the first goal cancels out the away goal, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, the pressure comes in where we score a second and we're able to hopefully maintain that, hopefully maybe even a third. But even if you ask me, in my personal opinion, I would probably say 2-0.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff, my hair. We know what we have to do on Thursday, and that's probably key, Glenn. Although they got the tying goal against us on Thursday, it does crystallize us in terms of what we need to do, Gary. Arteta will not be diluting or sending a mixed message, hopefully, to the team. I don't know about handbrakes on or off, but we need to go and score goals. And if we don't score on Thursday, we're not going to go through.
Yeah, no, that I don't think there's any handbrake on or off or handbrake on for sure. There should not be any of that thought process. We need to score. We need to score. It'd be nice. Once again, it'd be nice to score early. And then because I think once we score, they might be a little bit tense to try to come and attack us, right? Because even though they will want to score, but if we make it look really easy, we'll threaten them every time they attempt to kind of put any pressure on us when they come up the field offensively. So that's why we need to jump on them first and make them aware that look, we're coming to play today. Yeah. And any mistakes that they have, we got to take advantage of it. The one thing that I noticed today, I think, is that with Partey in the middle there, we're hesitant to give him the ball, even if there's defenders around him. He's calm under pressure most times. He's got to wait for that ball a little bit too long sometimes for me. I just give it to him. He'll pass it back if he's under pressure, but a lot of times he's able to, make some space and move the ball up the field, which is what I kind of want to do. So I think we saw some of that. We saw a lot of that today, but I'd like to see a little bit more. So, yeah.
Alonso, your thoughts on Pepe today? I actually thought he had a pretty nice game.
Yeah, I mean, he was lively. Of course, you always want him to do more, and he was close. There, the second half, I think that he did better on the right-hand side by, passing the ball. And the final third, he was in the side of the box. So you in that point, you're kind of frustrated with him because he could do a lot more. Either is in a pass or shoot, and you want him to score right all the time when he's in that area of the field, right? So, or inside the box, but he somehow always messes up, or he'll pick out a pass to someone like Lacazette or Martinelli or whomever else. So I mean, he did pretty good today, but he just didn't score, and he could have and should have, but at the end of the day, he was very lively inside that box, and that's what you want from him.
Tony, as you say to Miss Molina here, Pepe wasn't involved enough for you. You wanted to be back on the right in this formation. I thought Pepe did well today. You're going to beg to differ?
I thought he should be threatening the goal more. I think he still does better on the left side. I like this formation. If you flip him on to the left and Saka on the right and keep everything about the same.
And his involvement for the second goal pretty much engineers Martinelli's goal, right?
Yeah. I just like to see him scoring it more and shooting it more.
To Gary's point, what we were doing there also is it's a good thing you get a shot on frame. You work the goalkeeper and good things can happen as well, It's happened a lot to Bern Leno this season. He's parried balls out. And even Emi Martinez yesterday spilled a couple of balls for Liverpool to benefit off of. Depends on how fast you can drink it. Keep the same lineup. Tony, would you go with the same lineup, or would you? Because I think you mentioned a little bit earlier. Would you tweak it a little bit or go with the same lineup, Tony, for Thursday?
I'd go with a formation, but different lineup. I'd probably take Martinelli out. I don't think he's going to be fit enough. Like I said, put Pepe over there, Saka on the right if he's fit enough. Keep Zaka back there as left center back.
And as Glenn says, hopefully Saka will be okay. Well, what you do is you pack that thing with ice, and hopefully it works by Thursday.
Yeah, it looked like it was just a knee to the back of the thigh and not a strain. I don't think he strained.
Oh, did he catch it? No, because it seemed like he just went down without any kind of contact to me.
Before that, it showed a replay where he got hit in the back of the knee before he went down.
Mahir, what we have now is Saka can play on the right and on the left, and we've got Pepe who can play on the left and on the right. That's going to be advantageous to us, as we may need to use that if we get to a semi-final or a final of the Europa League.
Yeah, you can only put out what's given in front of you. So I would actually also prefer that Saka is operational on the right and Pepe on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Crisscross.
Gary, 24 minutes, we have a great move. I don't know if you saw it. It looked like, you know, when you see moves develop and you're like, okay, this is the precursor to a goal. We're going to get a goal from this because it looked really dangerous. Down the right-hand side, lovely move from Saka. He plays it a little bit inside right to Ceballos. His flick for once, Ceballos tried a few things today and it kind of came off for him. Had a pretty good game. The flick goes to Lacazette, and he feeds Martinelli again, and Martinelli's just wide on that shot. It was a promising move.
No, it was really nice. Yeah, that was the one I was talking about where he hits the side netting. I would have liked to see him curl that one and get that one on in between in frame. Yeah, I was just looking at it as you guys were talking. That the goal, I guess we'll get to it, but the goal that Lacazette scores at the end, that started with a pass from Xhaka to Partey, with Partey with a defender right on his back. He basically he turns away from the defender and makes that pass, and I think that is there most of the game. We just don't pass it to Partey because there's defenders nearby him. I think he's fine with any number of people around to be at one or two. Just give him the ball. I mean, he's in the middle.
He can escape that.
Huh?
He can escape that.
Yeah, he protects the ball. I mean, he did lose it. As I said, that he did lose it later on in the game where he was waiting for it to come to him. It finally came to him, and then he lost it. And then I think they got to attack a little bit, but we squashed it. But in general, when we're in the middle of the field, if he's in the middle and he's got space, just give him the ball right at his feet. He's fine. And like you said, once he makes that turn, we always have those runners trying to get through the seams, and he's going to make that pass. And he made that one to Lacazette. He sees that early, right? As soon as he turns upfield, he looks for that. We've got players that will make that run and make that pass, and he'll make that pass. So, yeah, it's hopefully they take that piece of film there and replay it a couple of times, because it looks like early in the game, we wouldn't make that pass. I think early in his Arsenal career, we wouldn't make that pass because there's a defender right there. But he's fine.
Now we know that he can deal with that pass, and he's one of the best midfielders we have. He can evade that pressure. Mahir, did you signal you wanted to get in, or is it just you play your finger?
No. I'm just keeping everybody, keeping the energy going.
So, Alonso, my notes say here after 30 minutes, we pretty much are playing the game in their half. We haven't got the goal yet, but we're playing in their half.
Yeah, it's good to see the movement that we're more than capable of doing. Whenever we play a bigger side like Sheffield United, and this is what hurts us before. Is like we're not confident as teams before to have create chances, and that's kind of hurt us in games sometimes, that we don't create, and we don't pass the ball around to get chances, right? And we lack creativity sometimes in the final third, and it was good just at least see us try to do it this game.
Yeah, we definitely missed Emile Smith-Rowe and Odegaard today, but Saka filling in, and Tony, the three players up front certainly did have a lot of damage at the end of the game. Lacazette getting 2 goals, and Martinelli chipping in with his first goal since that goal. That goal that I'm talking about.
Yep.
First goal since January of last year against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Like I said, he already has more assists and goals than Willian does for an entire season. Kind of says what it is about Arteta being stubborn and setting his
That sounds like you're building an agenda there, Tony.
Yeah, maybe.
What are you trying to say?
Maybe the coach is stubborn, right?
Hey, don't beat around the bush here. Melina
Willian
said
was
it would
worth every bit of that $32 million we paid him.
Molina would like to see more from Pepe as well. Tony, I think he has a lot of potential, but he needs more game time. That comes down to Arteta. Hope Saka will be okay. Definitely hope Saka will be okay. I think Pepe is starting to. Mayer, what do you think? Do you think Pepe's starting to get it? He's starting to give Arteta a little bit what he needs, and hopefully he's starting to get the confidence for Arteta to play him more as well.
You see, that's just the thing. A coach needs to know how to manage. The more you allow a player to play freely, right? The more consistency he gets, the more the team chemistry levels go up, right? And the more you'll be able to get these goal scoring opportunities and assists from our wingers, such as Pepe. And I think it's just about time. I think Arteta realizes that the more you play him, like I'm saying, your team chemistry goes up, the more consistency. Because I don't think Pepe's been played consistent enough to a point where a lot of us Gooners were saying, actually, maybe it's time to cut our losses. And now we're seeing the little bits of quality that Pepe does have available, and Arteta is available in Pepe. So it's all up to how Arteta is going to play the situation. It's all up to him, because he can either really screw this up, could cost him his job. We go get another coach. We start all over again. Yeah, like I'm saying, guys, that's just what it is. Short,
Gary,
sweet.
it sounds like Mahir is going through the gears here. He's starting to ratchet up a little bit.
Yes. Yes.
I just need to ask the right questions.
Copy.
No, I mean, I think Pepe, everybody knows that Pepe's got some talent in there, right? We know, and we just need somebody who will basically poke the bear and wake it up, right? And get him roaring and chasing after it. And he's gradually doing it, but like we see, it just doesn't. We don't see enough of it, and it feels like it gets stymied too often once he starts going, right? I mean, today's game, he was a little bit off. I mean, his first touch was a little bad in some certain spots, but he's always there to give you that opportunity, and that's why he needs to stay on the field even when he's having a bad day, because at any point he can give you what we got today. That's always there. And like the last game, similar thing, right? Like the score, he comes in for late game. Are we okay, Mahir? What happened?
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to stand up. Put on my earphones.
Oh no.
He stood on
Otherwise,
his
I'm good,
earphones.
guys. Yeah. Thanks for the
Yeah. So no, I mean, Pepe, he needs a little bit of a jolt, and we see it. And today, like anything, we saw it today. So he just needs more playing time. But if we have, he's not. Is he part of our starting 11 right now? Probably not. If we're healthy, right? If we're healthy, he's not in our starting. He's not one of the front four.
Odegaard in there, Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka. Those are the three spots.
Yeah, so he's not there yet, because he doesn't give us at least consistently something, either defensively or offensively. If he did one of the two, then maybe, but he doesn't. And we know we're going to get a lot more from the young kids when they're out there. Right.
I think when everyone's fit, Gary, he would be the first sub in that kind of a winger.
He should be. And it's either him or Martinelli, depending on who's going at that point. If Martinelli's not going up top,
it should be one of them two starting. Really.
But who are you going to sit?
I'm just saying them two should be starting on the left. You said it. You said your captain that's sick with the flu. That's who you said.
Alonso, we can all celebrate when Zoolander will be gone in the summer. Good riddance. So hopefully we get a little bit of money for him, Alonso.
Who's that?
Bellerin. Zoolander is Bellerin.
Yeah. So I mean, in a way, it's kind of like a cautionary tale, right? Because a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago, we were talking about him being a future captain. And now he just fell from grace. He just been not playing, and he hasn't performed the way he used to. And we don't know why. Maybe it's his injuries may have done a number on him. Maybe it's the pressure. of being a right back at Arsenal, or maybe it's just him. Maybe he just doesn't have it anymore because Arsenal is not where he's not. Maybe it's best to just move on because some players need that, and maybe it's time for him to leave. And I remember he was good for us. He was good. He was good for us for a while, and I think it's time for him to move on. Now, it depends on how much he's worth, because there's something in there. It's just no longer at Arsenal, and I think that the fair deal will be 25 million, 25 euros. I think
PSG.
that's fair.
Yeah. He can probably go to PSG as well. They'll shell out about 25 for us. If Buendia's championship level, then Pepe's the same.
We said they took with 30 million for
Anyone?
this summer. Now
Yeah.
now we just want 20 to 25 million euros,
Mhm.
supposedly.
Yeah,
All right.
Stefan had a good comment there about Leno when he two-hand punched that ball. He could have just caught it. Do you remember that?
They
I mean,
almost scored off that.
Yeah, because he punched it and it went like 5 feet. So what's the point? Just catch the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can put two hands on it, and he didn't it wasn't all the way out here. It was here. It was just like, just catch the thing.
He seems afraid to catch it at times for some reason.
And that's when you're supposed to catch it, because then we can start the attack. When he punches it like that, we're in trouble sometimes.
I think Holden was kind of either that one or another play. Holden was kind of blocking his view some too.
But he put two hands on it, so he knew where the ball was. So that's why I thought that one he should have caught it, though. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Tony, after 30 minutes, as I said, we're playing the game in their half. The goal finally comes. And, as with all things with Arsenal, they're usually frustrating. But when it comes off, it's actually really, really nice goal. It probably reminded me, if I'm honest, of the Wiltshire goal. I'm probably overstating what this goal was, but it reminded me of the Wiltshire goal against Norwich at home. A lot of ticky-tacky going on, and Lacazette finished off really, really well in the end.
Yeah, Arteta was asked if Wenger would be proud of that goal. It's very much a Wenger type of goal, good team goal. Both the first two goals were.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts off with, let me see here, Martinelli. That was a Martinelli shot save. Sorry, 32nd minute.
Read your notes better, Ray.
What?
Said read your notes better.
I'm reading now. Chambers was involved, Tony.
Yep.
He passes infield to Partey. Partey plays in Laka. Laka plays it to Saka, and there's a flick from Ceballos, of all people, back into Lacazette's path. And a very tidy finish, Gary.
Yeah, that looked really nice. It's just like we just basically just sliced and diced through the middle of the field. And by the time they could find, by the time they got to the ball, it was in the net. Perfect, splendid, nice, like you said, beautiful.
Alonso, Arsenal can be hugely frustrating, Alonso, but when we score goals like this, there's no better. We would like to think there's no better team in the country, but obviously our league position says differently. But still, a nice goal.
Yeah, right. I wish that were the case, right? No, but I think that, like you said, right, I think that had a lot of similarities to Wilshire's goal at Swansea, or when he played Swansea, right? No, it was Norwich. Yeah.
Norwich.
So yeah, I mean, it was a perfect goal. I think that this Arsenal team, even Emery's sides, they didn't really play team goals like that. And I think that we missed that as fans. We missed that team building goals, because that to me is the most exciting kind of goals, is that when the team is involved, and we haven't seen that, and I think that's why we've digressed so much, is because of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think that it's kind of encouraging to see as a fan, seeing our old team goals like Wenger ball used to be played at. We miss that Wenger ball type of goals. and yeah, it's exciting, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. So it's good to see that.
Matt, here, we said this on the pregame show that we had a lot of balance on the left and the right, and the triangle on the right created this goal. Chambers, Partey, and Saka all involved in unlocking Lacazette to be able to see the white of the goalkeeper's eyes.
Do what you need to do, partner. That's what I have to say. Do what
Just get it in the back of the net.
Darren said here he wore his lucky Arsenal boxers and his Dixon shirt. It paid off. Does anyone here have superstitions that they perform on the match day? I don't particularly anymore, but I was just wanting to throw that out there. Not anymore. I don't know what I
used to do.
Oh, so
not cut my hair.
One. So every morning, I always had to take a shower before the games. Even if it's like a 6:30 game, 6 o'clock game, I always had to take a shower and eat donuts and drink coffee.
There you go. That's a superstition, and it worked on the game day, right? Stephen Denham said Partey's pass for Lacazette's goal was a thing of beauty. And good at Glenn here, Gary said, it's so frustrating knowing that this kind of play is in our locker. We don't always see it. We see flashes of it this season.
Yep, I mean, it kind of reminds us of what we were seeing potentially in the Europa League, right? We kind of like that style that we were seeing there, so we knew that they're practicing it because we're seeing it in the league. And then when we try to play, we don't. I mean, I don't expect us to be able to do that for a full 90 minutes and such. But then when we have opportunities, we should be able to take that tool out and use it, especially when an opportunity arises, right? And we don't seem to do that. So we definitely, it's there, being this just kind of fast moving attack that we had today. We need to do it more, and we need to take advantage of it. I mean, because they don't come much, and when they do, we need to score. The only way we can score is if we put ourselves in that situation. You guys are getting a little.
I opened this Pandora's box. It's all my fault, I guess.
What did you say?
If anyone had superstitions.
Oh no! Okay. Yeah. All my superstitions have ended up with a loss at one point. So then I just said, you know what? It doesn't matter anymore, right? Because eventually, when it stops working, what do you do? Not wear that shirt, that hat, those underwear anymore? No, you can't.
Miner puts the blue light on match days, right?
The match day, but that's not a superstition. That's not like I watch the game.
I might switch it on for a few seconds and then just be like, oh, we're gonna win. The light came on. Definitely, automatically, we're gonna win.
I was right. Listen, it's good to see everyone in the chat's having a good time because we haven't got a whole lot of wins this season, right?
Yep.
13 wins, 4 draws.
I missed those 14 draws from last year.
Who would have thought that? Who would have thought we would have taken those 14 draws and turned most of them into losses, right?
Yeah. And listen, we'll get into the postseason. What we predicted. That should be a fun one to go through what we predicted.
I did good.
Tony's looking pretty good, and he's going to be pretty good in that one, Gary. You and I might struggle a little bit.
Nice.
I
definitely have, because I think I had might have had 70 points or something like that.
And you had a score and 75 goals.
Laka has been trying that quick one too with Saka. I would say. I was trying to save those initials. I say, you're testing me there, Rule.
South Africa.
South Africa.
There you go, Saka. Rule knows his stuff. When I was playing it, shirt out and socks rolled down. Okay. All right, Gary. One other thing, Martinelli has the shop blocked before halftime. And Egan has a shot after a corner. Bernletto makes a good save right at the end.
That was the other part. That was the other part. We did, like I said, we were threatening them, and a lot of times they were able to get in the way of the shots, and they never made it to the goal. Right? I mean, they blocked a couple of our shots that were really nice. You know, the ball kind of settled just right for us. Take the shot, and they're able to block it. So yeah, they were in position to make those blocks, of course, but we needed to just keep putting pressure on them. And what scares me all the time with that is when we don't score or we keep it close, that there's always the window's always open, right? And somebody's always ready to jump in when we're not looking. So
we let that salesman plant his foot in the door so we can't close it. You know?
Yeah. There's always
that guy he knocks on your door trying to get rid of him. And you're trying to close it, but no. You just can't do it. We're too nice. As Stefan says here, anarchy always happens when he's around. Yeah. All right. So, yes, and my final note, Alonso, my final note at the end of the first half is a question. Can we keep a clean sheet? Because at the end of the first half, we're all wondering, are we going to be able to get away with 1-0 if it goes that way?
You, as an Arsenal fan, you always want a clean sheet, right? But some way, somehow, you know, we always give up a goal. And from what I saw in the first half, you know, Sheffield United were threatening to score a goal, right? So, you know, I think it comes down to communication. And even in the second half, you know, the defending was kind of shaky there at the very, very beginning of the second half. So you would think that, oh no, here we go again. But they kept their composure and had a clean sheet, which is something to build on. You know, I think that, you know, stats can be telling sometimes. And our defense record this year hasn't been that bad to prior years, but still there's some lapses in the defense. And hopefully, you know, it's gotten better, but it's not where it should be if you're going to make a top four, right? So,
yeah,
you know, today was a good day because we didn't give up a goal today. So, you know, hopefully it'll continue to Thursday and hope for the best.
And Tony, there was one final piece of business there before the end of the half. The the required VAR Arsenal tees. You know, the referees always want to like insert that tease in there. Oh, they could give us something, but they take it right away again.
Yeah, we never do.
I was like, oh, and we might get a nice surprise here, but they only check it for a short amount of time, Gary. Yeah,
when it comes to Arsenal, they, you know, oh, wait a second, was that Arsenal? All right, well, what's the anti-Arsenal result here? All right, we'll go with that. All right, check. Let's go.
Whatever is going to make the Arsenal fans unhappy for the weekend, let's do that.
Yes.
Do that thing.
I'm sorry you called that penalty. We're just going to have to bring that back. No, it was nothing. It was outside the penalty box. No, it didn't really hand it. You know, whatever it is, it's going to go against us. So.
All right, Tony, what is the unanswered question about Hector?
Do we need to sign a right back when Hector leaves this summer?
We need one anyways. It doesn't matter if he's staying.
Do we?
We don't. Yeah. Yes, we need another. We need a right back.
Chambers isn't enough.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Do you understand? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? We need a right back.
You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
My question, Gary.
All right, so I believe the answer is yes. We do need to go and get cover or something for a right back.
You said cover. No, we need a right back.
Yeah,
actual right back. Yeah, and then we used Cedric as cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have cover on the right. We don't have cover on the left, right?
Bellerin will go.
Yeah. Well, it can. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we answer your question, Tony, or was it not?
Yeah, Tony, did we satisfactorily answer your question?
I don't think we need to waste the money on it, but
On the question or on Bellerin?
on getting it right back, I don't think we need to waste the money. I think Chambers and Cedric's enough.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to get about 25 million for Bellerin. Can we not just plug the same amount of money back in to getting a good replacement?
Yeah, but we're looking to spend 40 million on the right back.
Yeah, but we may not get the one that we're talking about right now. It may not be 40 million. I think 40 million is too much to spend on a right back. In my opinion,
we need to spend more money in the middle of the pitch. I mean, we got 3 spots in the middle of the pitch that we need to fill.
Partey needs a partner, Gary. Partey needs a partner. A really, really strong partner. If that's going to be a box-to-box, I would take that over priority over getting a...
Buy the Norwegian.
Yeah, I mean, surely, Tony, I'm going to send the video to Ray when I'm done with it. I'll get on it tonight or tomorrow morning, but I'll mention all the right backs, or I'll mention positions we need, the players we could sell for how much realistically, and I'll send that to Ray. And then, I don't know, can we post it here? Can we post it on Gannett News? Just an all-in-all discussion, and then you guys can let me know.
What's green and holds up stagecoaches? Dick Gherkin. Nice one. Mr. Bungle. Our players tend to give up chances when we were in control of the game. 1 or 2 of our players normally make a mistake in the game. We need to develop a killer mentality. Exactly, Rule. And I think Gary's talking about it, but we want to see that killer mentality in the 46th minute, the 47th minute, 48th minute. The same thing we saw from West Ham today, scoring in the 48th minute. West Ham have their own particular problems. They get into a 3-goal lead and panic. But at least they're holding on to wins, right?
Yeah. They got lucky. This is the second game in a row, right? They've gone up 3-0 and they've given up 2 goals. And luckily, they did not. They almost gave up 3 games
in a row. 3 in a row.
And they almost gave up. And they almost gave up that goal at the end. I mean, that ball was just bouncing around in the box for a little while and could have bounced the wrong way for them. They playing with fire, but it's working for them. But if you remember, when Leicester City was making their run, they kind of got. It seemed like they were getting lucky, or games were just falling there. The ball was falling their way during that season, and when they had opportunities, they took it. Right, so that's what they did.
I think what's unfortunate as well, the top 4 teams, there's a couple of those that are falling backwards. Leicester and West Ham, I believe in particular, are falling backwards a little bit. We're just not in position to take advantage of that. Hopefully, there's a couple of other teams like Tottenham and Aston Villa that are falling backwards in our favor. At the end of the day, we'd probably get 7th. Best case scenario, 7th place may not be good enough. Rule said we need a left back more than any other position. I think that's very, very true because of Kieran Tierney. He probably can't last a full season. He's really, really one of our best players, but we can't rely on him for a full season. Chambers is injury prone. Don't forget that, Tony. Insert tumbleweed. Crickets.
I thought we were getting a Stevens comment.
I thought the assembled ass said something to you, not a question, but a statement, right? Chambers is injury prone. Don't forget that. You get crickets to that. The assembled. He has a
broken leg and a knee injury. He really isn't that injury prone. He plays most of the time.
Well, does he play? I don't feel like he's played much. He's been with the team for how many years?
4, 5, 4.
Yeah, and I don't feel like he's played enough for me to go, you know what? He's worthy of spending more money on.
He got sent out on loan. Then Arteta wasn't playing him when he was fit. He's been fit since October. He just now started.
Well, fit and Arteta can't figure out a way to get it to work. That's the other problem, right?
Well, I think that if Arteta were smart, he'd put him in defensive midfielder, or maybe Partey's ideal partner, maybe, because that's where he won Fulham Man Player of the Year, right?
Fulham, yeah.
Right. So
Max Aaron's at Norwich.
this is
Yeah.
what I don't understand about Arteta. He doesn't see players' strengths so much so as we do, you know. And as a fan, you want to see players in the positions in which they excel in, you know, and you want to see Chambers excel. At least I do, in the defensive midfielder role.
Yeah.
You
He's a
know,
good passer and he's sound
Right.
defensively. He needs to be tried there.
Unfortunately, sometimes managers don't see players in the same light as fans do when they have their own
they
individual
should.
mindset.
Arteta last year said he only sees him as a center back. Now he's playing him at right back constantly.
As Rule said, we do need a left back urgently. And Steve Denham is West Auckland. Is that in England or is it in New Zealand? Just curious.
Australia.
Is it Australia? Is
Yep.
Steve Denham from Australia?
I don't know. Are you, Stephen? Are you from Australia, bro? Mate,
That's Gundit. He's direct to the
He
point.
boxes kangaroos while I wrestle bears.
The kangaroo.
Good to see you, Russ, in here. Evening, chaps.
good evening.
And, hopefully, in the semi-final, we get to see Mr.
Whoa,
Good Evening.
Quarter.
Semi-final. Villarreal.
We need to go through first, Ray. We need to go through first.
It's okay. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Hey, happy birthday, Dave.
Happy birthday to Dave.
Whoa, Dave! Happy birthday, bro!
Dave got his biggest and best result yesterday. You're never going to get an injury time winner again. It only happens once a season, right? I bet he will take passage into the next round of the Champions League as a part of a birthday gift as well against Real
Oh,
Madrid.
hell yes!
Good luck, and the away goal might actually help. We relegated United. We could have relegated Aston Villa last season.
Hey, look, we're at least getting
VAR
better.
could have
We're
too,
getting
right?
we're getting better at that, though, right? So this time we did it.
Save their asses.
There, Stevens from England, right? I always thought England.
I wanted to see him wrestle kangaroos. Box them.
Sticking the heat on, bro. All right, let's get into the second half. Gary, again, West Ham, we thought we'd start to change and actually play well in the second half, but Arsenal doesn't give you that. They don't give you the same performance in the second half as the first. Took quite a little while to get going, I thought, in the second half.
Yeah. So once again, so what did he tell them at halftime? All right, you guys are doing okay. Continue to do what you were doing at the end there, which was nothing. You know.
Yeah.
No, we need to pressure on them again because we have the players to do that, and that should be the plan. So yeah, it looked another boring 20 minutes, right? Or I guess in that case 15 minutes at that point.
Yeah.
And not 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah. So yeah.
Real quick, Glenn makes a point that I've been thinking about as well. It worries him that Tierney's injury record may hinder him getting the captaincy, Gary.
Yeah, that is true. You know, that is true. But for me, when he's healthy and whoever our captain is not playing, that he probably should. I would expect him to get it. Otherwise, you know, I think right now you got to be really careful with who we give that armband to. I mean, I understand you give it to, they give it to our Aubameyang for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think they have to be careful. Your captain's got to be somebody, one that you're going to want to play, right? And like you said,
yeah,
and
it has to be consistent. He has to have a consistent level of performance. And he has to have a relatively good fitness level that he could play, let's say, at least 25, 30 games a season.
Yeah, I mean, I understand Leno isn't a captain material, but he has to play, and, he is, but he's always, some people need, if we think that, Tierney's not ready, then, but he's either not ready or maybe you are. There's a captain in there. I don't know what Arteta sees in Leno that he doesn't see a captain in there, because he seems to put a lot of confidence in other players for different reasons. You know, why not?
Leno's form for me has not been brilliant, Gary, in the last 4 weeks.
I know, and that's the problem. But the trick is we just don't have any leaders. We need more leaders. So I'm going to have more leaders than captains any day if I can. Where we are right now.
Yeah.
You know, if Partey stays healthy, he would probably fit in definitely to be a captain. If Luis was a lot younger, he would do it. Gabriel was a lot older. You know, some of these players that, at least from what I can tell, their performances are more consistent than not.
Alonso, I'll skip back to you in a second, Alonso. I'll give you a chance there to chow down. Tony, Lacazette, he has the shot in the 56th minute. It's a square ball. The ball's rolling to him. Scoops it a little bit over the bar again.
Yeah, that one, he probably
getting awfully good at hitting that top corner.
Yeah, he said he had in the top corner. He had enough time. He just seemed to overthink it and got too much power on it.
Not here.
I just wanted to say, I thought it was like, you guys know that GTA meme? Oh, shit, here we go again. I thought it was one of those. I was like, oh, my days, not again. No, Laka, please. Don't let it be one of those days. He redeemed himself later on, which we'll get into.
Yeah, exactly. Alonso, you good? It was at this point, right after that shot, my note said, good teams usually grab another 2 goals here. And I've got a question for myself. Who are we? What kind of team are we, Alonso?
What was my answer?
We're
be revealed later.
We're a 10th place team that obviously doing better, and against a 20th place team, we should be scoring more goals than just one at a time.
Yes.
And our skill set is far more superior than most clubs in the Premier League. But again, we're 10th. And there's a reason for that. Nevertheless,
it's me.
We should be scoring more goals with more confidence and more ability than we have been in the past.
Yeah.
Prior to this game, even some points of this game, you thought that, well, like my ear said, oh shit, here we go again, and they had to really get in the game to score another goal, which helps us fans because we know we have it in us or in them. But again, it all takes a little bit of confidence, and hopefully next Thursday will be that case where we could score more goals and have more confidence to do better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as we said when I was with Gary and Tony on the pregame show, this is a big week for us. I mean, as your season goes deeper and deeper and you have something on the line, every week is going to become more and more important as you advance through the cup competition. And we talked about today, Thursday against Slavia Prague, and then Fulham next weekend. We could get a quick fire 6 points and progress into the semifinals of the Europa League. So, Tony, as Glenn has said here, Fulham will give us a harder game. Now, I'm actually thinking about this. I looked at Fulham. They haven't won since they beat Liverpool. They haven't won in 4 or 5 games. I should be quiet. Don't tempt anything, right?
Yeah, for a while they were like fifth in the form table. Now they've dropped back down. They're in good form for a while and it ran out quickly.
Gary,
Arsenal's known for breaking negative trends for our opponents, so I don't want us to get back into that. So I don't even want to look at that. I don't want to look at how they're trending. I mean, I think we should be able to win all or maybe the Chelsea games to one if we won. And I think it's Chelsea and Everton right at the left, or the tougher
one
games
of those
we have.
at home.
I think we should be able to win at least one of those, and then the other ones we should win out, right? Based on who I think we are. So,
yeah. Do you think we can't say with confidence, Gary? We know that Fulham will give us a harder game, like Glenn said. Yeah. They're better. They're clearly better than Sheffield United, and we will struggle a little bit more against Fulham. But what type of team do you think we are? We think we're a team that can win 6 or 5 of our last 7, let's say.
Yeah, I think we can win 5 of our last 7. Maybe we'll get a draw in there
somewhere. Maybe 4-1.
No, I
4-1.
think we can win 5 and maybe get a draw out of worst
Okay.
case out of the other 2 or out of 2 of the games
Yeah.
that aren't wins. I mean, I think we'll be hopefully healthier going into that Fulham game, and I don't know how the Europa League pans out. Do we get like a week or 2 off before we start with the semis if we make it that far?
Yeah, so it's going to be 2 weeks. So Thursday will be the 15th, I think it is. The semifinal starts on the 29th. It'll be a 2-week break.
So we get 2 weeks. So we get some time. And if these guys get healthy that are out right now, all right.
Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka,
and Erdegaard, all right.
Odegaard.
Yeah. So those 3
Martin.
players. If Martin, if he gets healthy, those are the 3 players. If they get healthy, then we're playing against Fulham. We're gonna want them to play, right, to get them back into form. So anything good we get from them will be really nice. So yeah, I mean, it should be a lot tougher, but we should be a lot stronger as well, right?
Darren, I'll drop you the link. Okay, so check it out. All right, everyone's eating. So one thing we have to do: tell us what you're eating. We'll let you.
He won't tell us what he's eating.
No, he's got a full mouth. He's got it full right now. But we'll just tell us when you have a moment.
Give me a yellow card.
I'm eating an Italian sub.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Darren, just dropping that now. Okay. So take the 6th spot. You can be the 6th man, Darren. 5-a-side becomes 6-a-side. Okay, 63rd minute. Martinelli has that issue. Not here. Goes down. Martinelli's that all-action kind of player, right?
Yeah, he's all action up and down the field. We know the energy that Martinelli brings to us. Oh,
Hi, Darren.
Hey there.
Big up, my guy.
How's it going?
It looks like Martinelli has an issue here after collision with Ampadu, and the winger seems to be in some sort of pain. The medical staff are on the pitch giving him some sort of treatment. Like we've said, we do need them. We do need him as part of our Europa League squad. And like I said, hopefully it's not an issue.
Tony, you want to get in?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Darren if he put his boxers back on yet after celebrating.
Yeah.
The goal.
What are we turning into?
Christ, Tony.
We are the food channel, and we also do
no pants, no service, right, Gary?
There you go. No pants, no service.
I have to ask my hard-hitting questions, Rick.
Maybe it was
Darren,
Validate joining.
Darren, give me your overall of the game, what you thought about the game overall.
I think we played a lot better. I think it was something we should have done last week, and I think it's something we should do next week. And I think we should keep the lineup what we had stay for next week for definite.
Right. We have to, at the end of this, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is Aubameyang and the situation there, and then we'll throw in Thursday night. Well, so we got a little bit of legs to go here. Martinelli going down, then we have
Saka.
We have Saka as well, but before that we have Saka going down. Mahir, take that.
It's 3 minutes after Martinelli had an issue. It didn't seem to be any contact, and Saka dropped immediately to the floor in pain. It looks to be a muscle injury, and he may not be able to continue. So hopefully, like we said, it's something very slight. Maybe it's like a slight bit of cramp, from exerting yourself on the pitch.
Yeah.
And we just pray. We put our hands together and we pray. And hopefully comes out on the other side, much stronger with a bit more oomph.
Gary, this is what you maybe get from young players. They're going to put 150% into it and go into tackles, right?
Yes, and that's the scary part, and that's why I guess they don't need to play every game, right? Because they're not ready yet. They don't understand what it takes to go through a full season.
Yeah.
And right now they're not ready. They're not ready to go through a full season right now. Yeah. So, and probably next season too, we'll probably need to make sure they don't have to do that either. So yeah, having Martinelli and Saka go down is just scary. It scares me every time, and that's so it's like we want to rest them, but then we want them to play too, and they got to find a happy medium of how to do that so that because now we want Saka. We need Saka. We're going to need Saka for Thursday, so hopefully
was it a hindsight's 2020, Gary? Was it a mistake playing Saka today?
No, well, I would say no. He needs to. He needed to have played because he still looked a little rusty from sitting out. I believe he played much better today, so you can only hope that he improves for the Thursday game. But with this, is this going to be a setback, or is this just going to be a blip?
Yeah, it seems like we're suffering. All of our players went away on international duty, fully fit and can. We're having problems since, with Odegaard especially, and Emil Smith-Rowe.
Mm-hmm.
Are we unlucky?
Well, I think we're so dependent on them. If they were older, it wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be that big of an issue. I think there's a lot of them are just young in their careers. Yeah. I mean, nobody's depending on their 19, 20, 22-year-old players to get the job done. Not like we are, right? I mean, we always bring up Foden, but Foden is he's like the one young player on that team that's consistently plays, right? When they need a big game out of their players. So he's rusting, if they need to, they can rust him, and they've got the depth. We don't have the depth to rest the guys.
Perhaps Man United have figured it out a little bit as well, Gary. They've got young players who are helping them. They're not reliant on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you bring Cavani in there, right, and that kind of helps with the frontline players. This is how you do it. I can't do it every day, but this is how you do it, right? And then you can bring on your Rashfords and move them to the center if you need to, and not lose much because they've seen how it can be done. But yeah, I think for us it's always been depth, right? We've said that I've been saying that since before the season started. With our depth is going to be our issue, and and that's what's hurt us now, because once we found a good thing, it gets tapped too much until it taps out, right?
Yeah, definitely. Darren, we were talking about Pepe a little bit earlier. I thought he had a pretty good game. What did you think of Pepe? And just speak about him in terms of the second goal for Martinelli.
I think he was a lot more creative in this match. I think he sort of showed a bit more pace. I think there were a few times where he lost the ball a little bit, but he sort of brought it back again, and was a good assist for Saka and for Lacazette. So I think he played a really good part, and he's improving. But I think we need to see more of him in the start of games, I think.
Yeah. Just going back to what Gary was saying, I think older players, they know their bodies a little bit better and are able to navigate a full season, whereas younger players, I think, they haven't quite understood the rigors of a full season yet and can run into these difficulties. Injuries.
I was just looking at a replay of the last goal, and there at the end of it, they actually show Saka with ice on his quad. So I don't know if that's
You got a knee to it.
He got a knee to his quad?
Yep.
Okay. So they're icing his quad. So hopefully that's not a big deal. It's just a Charlie horse, right? When they say dead leg, they mean Charlie horse?
Yeah.
That's the one.
So Tony, the goal comes from Martinelli, turnover, and Pepe seizes on it. Comes inside, nice shot on Ramsdale, and spills to Martinelli.
Yep, he got more goals than Willie in there in the whole season. Has a nice run by him, has a nice shot, nice goal.
That's right, Martinelli in a couple of games has got more goals than Willian. Go figure. Right here.
Did somebody say Martinelli? Wait 1
Yeah.
second. Somebody said Martinelli. Martinelli!
Hey,
You know what's
get us,
cool?
you get us down for
Oh my
copyright.
God.
Turn that off. Can't be playing music on YouTube. It's a no-no. It's a big no-no.
Nobody shuts us down. We do our own thing around here, boy.
Didn't realize it is 10:37. And Stefan, we're an hour and 25 in here. We don't realize sometimes how quickly podcasts go.
Now we are at 11:37 actually. Matter of
Close to
fact.
midnight. Close to midnight in South Africa.
Yes, sir.
The lights are still on there.
Lights are always on yet with yours truly.
My hair is pumped, Alonso.
Oh my
Yo.
God, man.
You have to be pumped. You have to
Yeah.
have some sort of hope that these
Yeah,
guys are
yeah.
going to pull Thursday out of the bag and pull a semi-final. And before you know it, we're in a final with a chance, with all of us sitting on a watch-along maybe or something going, whoo, this can actually be done.
Oh, good. Okay, 2-0 up, Alonso. And Martinelli finished that nicely. I mean, good tap in at the end of the day, but it'll do his confidence wonders now.
Yeah, and for us as Arsenal fans, it's always scary feeling knowing that he goes down, because you're like, oh no, here we go again,
Yeah.
he's gonna get hurt again, and you could say, well, how many months rehab and how many more surgeries, and poor guy's been through a lot, and so this goal was very important to him. You could see it in his body language and how he went down and celebrate. It was kind of inspiring, I guess, for the team. He's still young as well, so and his full potential. So I'm well played for the lad. I'm happy for him. But I think you also give credit. Got to give credit to Pepe as well because he makes that run. And so he got his shot on goal, and it's all on Pepe and Martinelli's feet. So. It's a confidence booster, I think, for Pepe as well. So yeah.
Yeah, Darren, we round things off in the end. 86 minutes. Lovely Partey true ball to Lacazette. Honestly, I expected to see a little bit more from Partey in terms of doing that this season. But if he starts playing now till the end of the season, it helps us through the Europa League into the final. And further than that, I mean, it'll be pretty nice thing to happen. But a great goal for Lacazette. He finishes ice cold.
Yeah, I've got mixed things with Partey because I kind of felt, he was good, but I kind of felt he was giving the ball away a few times, and that's where we make mistakes. But yeah, I liked the assist he gave to Sabas, and then obviously goal went in, but I get a little bit disappointed with Partey sometimes. He does give the ball away and he's sort of a bit clumsy with the ball sometimes, but he is a good player. I just wish he won't keep making those mistakes that could cost us already. So
yeah, Gary, the clubs shelled out money for him to bring us to the promised land.
Compared to the last game, I think he had a really good game. The last game, terrible, really bad. This one, he did give the ball up, but he touches the ball a lot, so you're gonna have to expect some of that. But I feel like the reason why we're so much better in the midfield is he's there, regardless of how negative he is sometimes. Today, I didn't think he was that bad as he was the previous one, so I think we got a lot better out of him. And I think hopefully they saw the tape and they noticed that when they do give him the ball early, he's fine with it. But if they give it to him a little bit late, like you said, he may turn it over as such. But I feel like that sometimes is just because he gets the ball too late, because he's ready for the ball a lot at times, and they just don't want to pass it to him because there's a defender close by. But he's shown, if you look at the goal, the player's right over his shoulder, and he just basically just turns away from it and makes the pass. So I feel like that's what you're going to get, and that's why it's okay if he makes turnovers for me, because 9 times out of 10 he's going to make the right play. It's like Pepe, the more touches he gets, the more opportunities we're going to have for him to do something with it, maybe score. The less touches, that means he has to be perfect, and nobody's perfect, and he's definitely not one of those players. So you just give him the ball more and more, we'll be fine. I mean, if this is a game to work on something for the next one, I hope so, because we're gonna need to be able to make something out of nothing against them to get that first goal, I think. And then after we get the first one, then work on the second one when they feel like they're gonna have to open themselves up, because they're gonna have to score, right? To at least push it to extra time. Yeah.
Gun the News is hopping into the comments in there, so light it up, Mahir. Mahir, are you still there?
Yo, love you all, you guys. My super sub is around, which is Darren.
Give me your man in the match, and Tony's going to have the final say.
I'm going to say Lacazette. I'm going to say Lacazette something for their 2 goals. I'd love to give it to Martinelli, my guy, my G, pulling through. Lacazette.
People in comments, put your man in the match in as well, please. The chat section. Really appreciate all of you joining us today. We're going to go for a little bit longer, and slap a like on it. If you're new around here, subscribe. I would go with Lacazette as well. Gary, can't really argue with 2 goals to the good.
I can. I gave it to Saka one time, and you guys said no. Aubameyang had a hat trick, so he gets it. And when you get a hat trick, you get it. No, it doesn't.
I didn't
always
say
work.
that. Don't group me in.
No,
that's why you get your vote.
In this game, no. In this game, I mean, I did like. I like the introduction of Martinelli, because I think he opens up and gives us a new dynamic when he's out there. Even from some of our starters, he looks really good. If he would have scored before that last shot and had 2 goals himself, he would have been man of the match easy, because he to me he was more threatening. I know Lacazette likes to come back. Sometimes I feel he comes back too deep too often, and he's never there. Like if you notice sometimes when even on the shot that Martinelli shoots and hits the side netting, Lacazette is still behind him, and he's got nobody in front of him, so he's got to make it. He's got to do all the work himself. So that's kind of why I would like Lacazette to be further up the pitch. But today he had a good day. He made the two shots that he made were really good. So I'll give him the man of the match. After all that,
again, one-on-one situations, which we're asking for him to be more clinical in, and he was able to do that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if he's on the field Thursday and he has a situation like that, he's ice cold again. A couple of comments for Pepe in there from Russ and Stefan. Alonso, what do you think, man of the match?
So I know the popular choices like Lacazette, and he had a good game today. I think that he bagged them in pretty well. I think he took it with confidence, despite the fact that he lately hasn't been throwing that good of a job of scoring goals, or at least he's missed a lot of chances. And Martinelli had a good game, as did Pepe. But I want to go for Party. I think that this is, in my opinion, his best game as an Arsenal player. I think that you saw everything from him, everything that we want as an Arsenal fan. I think that he controlled the field. I think he was able to pass the ball around, even get an assist. And so I think he's our man in the match today. I think that Pepe proved why we got him. I think that he has a different dimension when he's healthy. And I think that he's finally healthy enough to be comfortable with his teammates. And that's why I feel like he's our man in the match today, in my opinion.
Partey. All right. Shout out to Mayer for being with us, and it's close to midnight there, so understandable. If the lights have to go off when he has to take the phone underneath the covers so he doesn't get caught being on the podcast with us. Just kidding, Mayer. Just kidding. Laka needs to bring that same energy Thursday, otherwise game over. Mayer, I want to tell you, I think we'll be okay. Take it from me. My reputation, I'll put it on the line.
You went Travis Scott on us. I don't know about this reputation you're talking about.
Now he's got
Yeah.
preferred.
What'd you think of my hair last weekend, Darren?
Was that sorry?
The Travis Scott with the braids. I went full Aubameyang last Sunday.
Yeah, I don't
Good
want
luck
to say
for
that.
me. Or
Yeah,
not?
you see that the hesitation is the answer. That's correct, Darren. Whatever you were thinking and in your head before you said it, yeah, exactly. All right, move on. Next.
All right, Darren, you're man in the match.
I've actually got two. I know we were supposed to have one, but I've actually got two. I'm going to go for Saka because I think he ran into gaps, he ran into space, he created chances for us as well. I am going to go for Xhaka as well because he played a different position that he doesn't normally play, and he played it well. I know he didn't have a lot to do, he didn't really do much, but
I'm watching Tony right now. Go ahead, Darren.
um, but yeah, no, I'm going to go for Xhaka because he played a different position than what he normally plays, and again, he doesn't have a lot to do in that position, but he played a position that he doesn't. He was out of his comfort zone a little bit. He wasn't in the active part of the field, so yeah, he's one of the other ones as well. So
All right, nice stuff. So we got a Granit Xhaka, Tony. We got some Pepe's in the comment section. We got strong Lacazette stuff, and did I miss out on anyone else? And Martinelli maybe. Party as well. Yeah, good stuff, Alonso. He is getting stronger. He's getting better. We're going to need him toward the end of the season. Who's it going to be, Tony?
He left out one of the sons of Tony. People left out Chambers. I thought Chambers had a really good game. I couldn't go.
If people didn't mention it, they didn't see it.
I thought he was really good on right. He's more forward than Pepe was half the match.
All right.
But you
Who is your
interrupted me,
man
Ray.
in the
I said I could have go with a shock pick and pick Darren's pick there with Zaka since he enabled us to go with pace and good speed because he wasn't in the midfield.
Tony, was that Saka or
in the midfield?
Granit Xhaka.
Oh yeah.
But who might I go with? Who do you think I'm going with, Ray?
I think you're going to go with the guy in the shirt there.
You're wrong.
I reckon he's going to go for Chambers. I reckon.
I'm going to give it to a guy who won 100% of his aerial duels. 7 touches in the box, 4 shots attempted, 4 ball recoveries, 2 shots on target, 1 channel created, 1 goal, 1 more goal than Willian has all season. I'm going to go with Martinelli.
All right. I'll go along with that.
I tricked you, Ray.
Gabriel Martinelli. It's good confidence booster. We're talking about confidence booster here, Alonso, on this podcast. Low key confidence booster for the game on Thursday, but you know what? We'll take it. Martinelli can go forward with that.
Yeah.
Is this the trophy? Sorry.
No. This is a segue into the next thing. Do you know what this is, Ray?
All right, let's have Alonso, and then we'll get to that.
You know what
Go
this
ahead,
is?
Alonso.
So I mean, I think that hopefully Miguel Arteta gives Martinelli more of a chance because there's a lot of potential there, and I think that we all Arsenal fans see that. And at some point, Arteta has to take risks. And I think the time is now to do so because when there's a risk, there's a reward for most of the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping that Arteta finally sees that the youngsters can help him out. So with that being said, Thursday we have a good chance of winning. And I hope so because we just needed this confidence booster from Martinelli and others as well. So, yeah, we can all hope for the best, and I think the best is yet to come.
Very good. Okay, Tony, what is that monstrosity you're holding up?
Well, Gary tried to shoehorn me. This is actually a boot horn. And I wanted to bring it up because since Arteta keeps trying to shoehorn Aubameyang in there. He just doesn't work on the left. Either Martinelli or Pepe has to start the rest of the season there. But that's what I wanted to bring up.
All right, so the segue is going to be the unavailability of Aubameyang, right?
Yep.
And does anyone believe it's a true injury?
You know,
True
Aubameyang,
illness.
aka Aubameyang. You know, who knows? I mean, we've seen this before with players on Wenger's team, right? So it's no surprise that he has a quote unquote flu. I hope Aubameyang gets better soon, I guess, you know. So we'll see what happens with that. But you know, I think that this team is better off without him. I think that it opens up the door for Lacazette to do well and not have that pressure behind him. And also gives out way for Martinelli as well and Pepe. So maybe having Aubameyang out isn't a bad thing, you know.
Yeah, it might not be a bad thing. We'll get back to the Aubameyang just a second. We'll boomerang back to the Aubameyang chat just a second. Tony, this Stephen said this chat hands down has the best characters. Hilarious. You want to go through each of us and characterize us, Tony?
He said chat. He didn't say panel.
Okay.
I said chat room.
I thought you were talking about us, Stephen. Okay.
A boot horn for everybody.
Well,
Hey,
this is
Stephen,
awkward, Gary. This is awkward.
I'm sorry, Ray. I knew you thought they were talking about you, but they weren't talking about you.
I'll take a compliment wherever I can get it, even if I think it's not for me. Okay.
Ian Wright threw off.
I'm sorry, but yeah,
Bad Ian. Bad Ian.
I'm sorry. I did not make. Yeah, sorry, Ray.
But the other thing is, we don't get Tony to be able to characterize us like I'm the guy who shits rainbows and all that stuff. You know the way.
But you
Freddie
do.
Mercury, Ian Wright.
Freddie Mercury and Ian Wright.
God, Tony. Come on, man.
That guy's
Easy,
a star.
I'm getting paranoid. Military Gunner, good to have you. We should have you as a guest one of these days as well, Military Gunner. Let's hook that up one day. Good to have you out here. Okay, Alonso.
Ozoitis, you believe in that?
Anyone think it's a real injury? I don't think it's a real injury. I think there is an issue there in the background, and I think it's a temporary issue. And I think that Aubameyang will probably boomerang back for Thursday night. He'll be back in the squad because simply we need him. Tony,
does he get sold this summer?
You know, I wouldn't have said that 2 weeks ago. I wouldn't have said that a week ago, but now I'm starting to maybe think that could happen. It's just going to be very, very difficult to find a suitor for a player who's getting paid as highly and handsomely as he is. So in the end, I think that Arteta has to make a way for everyone to coexist, and I think that's what will happen.
Ray still thinks I'm crazy for my prediction to start my year off.
Yeah. Nobody could have predicted that Aubameyang would have fallen off the cliff so badly, right, Gary?
No.
I did.
I mean, I was expecting him to drop in form, but I mean, I expect him to have at least 15 goals this season, and he hasn't even hit 10 yet.
Yeah.
I mean, and Lacazzette's got 13, and he's missed so many chances. So yeah, wow, big drop. And I also thought Pepe would show up too. I think that part of that is Pepe, part of that is Arteta. But I feel like I expected Pepe to do a little bit more. Yeah. And I think we're getting what we wanted out of the youth, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
not playing.
Saka definitely. Martinelli, if he could get more playing time, yes.
The situation we have, I was thinking about this earlier, we have a declining strike force. Darren, I'll go to you. We have a declining strike force. 2 years ago, Aubameyang, Lacazette would give you easily 35 goals a season. This season, we're probably going to see if we're lucky, 25 goals. So there's a drop off there. All of the top teams that are fighting out some of the top teams that are fighting it out in the top, they've got a strike force. They've got players who are going to make up those goals. We simply don't have that.
I kind of think we do. I think it's just a case of when to use him. I think I prefer Lacazette over Aubameyang, if anything, because Lacazette tends to be more creative. He seems to. Oh, my Alexa's just gone off.
What went off?
My Alexa.
Oh, okay.
She's listening.
As Ross said, Aubameyang missed the game. He was most likely to score in.
Yeah. I mean, if he plays, he should score a hat trick, right?
Could have filled his bags today. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, going. Sorry, she's shut up now. No, I think I prefer Lacazette over Aubameyang just because he's more creative. He's more hungry for scoring goals, whereas Aubameyang just his attitude at the minute is not good, and whereas Lacazette is more focused and more heads on with it. So,
yep. Tony, how would you characterize the difference between Lacazette, who maybe he's playing for a contract as well, and Aubameyang, who has had his contract and maybe is not as hungry?
I think one's more of a winner and fighter than the other one is. I think Aubameyang's just happy to get paid, wrap his cars. I don't think trophies matter that much to him. I think Lacazette wants to win. He gets pissed off at everybody. I think that was part of his problem last season. He gets hurt, and he comes back in October after the team's committed mutiny when we were sitting in third, and just the team went to shit, gave up on Emery. And I think that was Lacazette's main problem, was that people weren't playing.
Mm-hmm.
That one game, Lacazette sitting there arguing on the sideline with Emery, but he still went out there and had one of his best games of the season. I just think he cares about winning. He wants to play hard. He's committed to a badge. I don't think he's ever been used right. I don't think Wenger played him enough. He's been played so sparingly. Just like this season, he starts off the first 3 games with 3 goals. He gets benched. He starts scoring again. He gets benched.
Gary, I think the biggest difference is that Lacazette's able to compartmentalize any issues he may have off the field. He's able to go out onto the field and actually play the game. Whereas Aubameyang has kind of a fog around him if there's any kind of harmonious issues, anything going on in his life. He's not able to leave that all at the white line when he crosses onto the field.
Yeah, and I think part of that is confidence in yourself, right? I think that's, to me, that's probably more of it than anything. I think Lacazette knows what he's good at, and he's able to actually implement, show that. I think Aubameyang just doesn't have confidence in himself as much as he has in the past, and part of that is maybe because everything's changing around him and he doesn't want to change. So I think most of it's all on him, because if he wants to, he could fit in, right? He could fit in. Yeah. I mean, we've seen it. We saw it we saw it on Thursday, right? We saw it on is it Thursday, right? I mean, we saw him do everything that I feel like he doesn't.
He came on. He looked hungry. You're right.
Yeah, and that's what we want from him. He doesn't have to play 90, but if he gives us 70 minutes of stuff like that, it won't be close. The game will be over, because we'll be punishing them so much, and he'll be getting the shots that he needs or putting people in positions to do that. I mean, who would have thought that Aubameyang was going to come in and provide the assist for the goal and do all the work before that to get to the point where he can make the pass?
I think what we're seeing, Gary, is he's playing with 3 players behind him that are younger. Most times, you've got a Saka, maybe Emile Smith-Rowe, and a Martinelli or a Pepe. Those players are going to work for him, and he can get on the end. He can be the end product of those moves. Yeah. So I think he can be a big part in developing them and benefiting also from them. We're seeing Lacazette working with those players as well. And you saw 2 goals from him today.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about what you saw today, we're not asking him to be exactly like Lacazette because he doesn't have to, because he's got better product going forward, right? So, but if he gives us a little bit of what Lacazette gives us,
Yeah,
and he's ready to go when the ball's coming, he's going to get us. You know, he would have probably had a hat trick by halftime. You know, based on the way the game should have been opened up with him on the field. You know, so I feel like it's up to him, but it's also, you know, you would like Arteta to also kind of push the right buttons to get him in the right spot, because he's, you know, he likes him. That's what the player that he wanted, right? So why waste him? And even if you want to sell him, you know, you can't sell him in this form. This isn't good form for him to be sold anyway. So maybe, you know, so say he came out and scored 15 goals, would anybody think we would sell him? If the team thought, you know what, this isn't long term for us, and we want to sell him, his value would be higher. It might look crazy, but it might be what Arteta wanted to do in the first place, in terms of, you know, I need to get a totally different player to play striker for me. But, you know, I mean, you got to get your players in. You get the best out of them when they're on the pitch, or else you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money.
Tony says here, before the season started, I told Ray Lacazette would bang more goals, and I hate to wait. You don't have to wait till October. We're going to do it in June. How about that? 4 months earlier. To reveal it on our
we waited
show.
until October.
We're gonna have to fill hours and hours of endless summer until the next season starts. So definitely, we're going to give you credit about the 1 or 2 things you got right.
I had to wait forever because you told us we were doing a prediction show in October. So
yes, we did it in October just because that's when Partey was going to be in, and we'd be able to get an idea, because we didn't get Partey until the end of September. You know, we were 3 or 4 games into the season, and there's no way you could predict then. So I gave you the opportunity a few weeks in. Brownie said before his contract was up, Oba was like a hooker on the sidewalk who was waiting for a car to pull up over the longest deal. Arsenal were the only ones offering a 31-year-old to a 3-year contract. Yeah, good analogy. That's what people were saying here. Okay, Darren, Thursday night. What do you want to see on Thursday night? Do you think we can go through?
The same what we had today. The same lineup. Same passionate and same commitment, and just the same sort of hunger that we had today, really.
Can we have your catchphrase?
Don't embarrass us.
I love it. I love it. That's Darren's catchphrase, and don't let anyone take it away from him, right? Don't embarrass us. You knew exactly what I was talking about. Good stuff. Tony, what do you see? What do you want to see Thursday? What do you do with Aubameyang? Does he come back in for you?
I wouldn't bring him back in. I think we do better without him. I think this team's more suited without him. We've seen that at the end of December and in January when Smith Rowe came into the lineup and Aubameyang wasn't playing.
He's going to trademark that name, Aubameyang. Alonso, do we need? I think maybe we might need a.
Hey, you let me finish what I wanted to see, asshole.
All right. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Excuse me. I'm just trying to close the show here. That's all.
God, man.
Go ahead.
But I want to see. I don't want to see Zaka in the midfield again. I want to see him either on the bench or he can play left center back again. That's fine, because we have. That's the biggest problem is we have no pace with him in the middle.
Yes, we do.
Hey, we've seen the pace. We've seen us going forward. We've seen an attacking team. We don't see that with Aubameyang and Zaka in the squad.
Can you do me one favor when you're done talking? Say over.
Over and out.
Alonso, I kind of think I might want Aubameyang in the lineup to give some kind of danger, over the top, have some pace in there. Am I convincing you or not?
Well, you gotta remind me. Was it a boomerang or a boomerang? I want to see him if he plays like a captain and plays with pride and at least plays with something with a chip on his shoulder, you know. And I want to see Xhaka at left back, not left center back like Tony thinks he plays today. Other than that, I think that this team showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of fight. And yes, it is against Sheffield United. But at the end of the day, it's a win and it's a clean sheet. So, yeah, I know, Tony. I know what it says, Tony. But he plays left back, okay? Anyway, so.
That's not where he played. He played center back.
Well, we beg to differ. So, besides that, I think
that's his average playing position.
We have a good chance
everybody.
of winning on Thursday. If all the big ifs have to happen. And, you know, I think that this team is more effective without Aubameyang, you know? So, yeah.
Gary, good win today to take into Thursday. And Russ wants me to say that you want to see Willian on Thursday.
I mean, he played today, didn't he? He did come on. So
he got on in the 68th minute with Saka coming off.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. No, I don't want Willian coming. I want. Hopefully, they can get Saka right. But also, hopefully, Emil Smith-Rowe or Martin are healthy as well. Because if both of them are healthy, then that bumps a lot of people off the list, right? Martinelli, I think, would be nice to have. As you see, there's a little shout out to my channel. So I'll have hopefully my 5 out. Hopefully tonight, but I have a feeling it'll be tomorrow, just because of it's so late. It's late now, and I have to do some family stuff and then work tomorrow. So
give us. Have you worked out your 5 yet?
I kind of worked out my 5. I told Russ earlier today because I was able to jump on Mr. Arsenal's podcast to watch the end of the game. And my 5 that I have, which I'm probably going to just stick with because I just don't want to change it up. But it was Martinelli because I wanted to see him. I want to see how he was going to play. It's been a while. Pepe, of course. Ceballos because he scares me. And then the center back pairing, I wanted to see how they were going to do because I feel like Arteta needs to figure that out. So if this is his pairing today, does that mean they're going to play on Thursday?
Trio.
Or trio.
Maybe.
Trio. So if he does a trio, then that would be Gabriel in the middle, though, right?
Yep.
Gabriel has to play in the middle of that back three, right?
Unless you put Mario there again.
Yeah, but I think he'd rather have Gabriel in the middle there because I think he gets, I think that's what he would do. That's what he's done in the past. That's what he did to start the season, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would like to see the same team come out. I would like to see, that would be nice to see the same 11 play back-to-back games, especially if you're asking Emil Smith-Rowe and Martin to come back from injuries. Those aren't seasoned players that are coming back and are going to be able to give you the exact same quality when they come back, right? This isn't like a Virgil van Dijk who took off a day and comes back, right? Those types of players, you play them right away. These are young players that they may not be able to do that, and that's fine. But I think we can build on what we saw today. I've subbed.
Okay, Stefan, check it out tomorrow. Just keep checking back on it. I guess the notifications. So if there's a little notification tab that you need to click as well, Stefan.
Yeah. So I
notification bell.
Like I said, I only post after games. So if you haven't, if you just recently subbed, but after a game, usually within 24 hours or so, I try to get a video out. I need to do more, of course, but with time, I have to figure out what other thing I want to do. I don't want to do the usual stuff that everybody does. So I'm trying to do something different that is more, unique. So,
niche. Yeah.
You just still trying to find your way into South America.
Tony. Well, let's go around the house. I'll start with you, Tony. Confidence level for Thursday. Are we going through or not?
Who the fuck knows? I mean, you don't know what teams that show up.
Well, what's your confidence level? Is it positive or is it negative? Plus or
Neutral?
minus?
Can it be neutral?
Oh, neutral. Okay.
Neutral
Always
goes
gives it-
downhill.
Darren, he always gives a unique answer. What's your confidence, Darren?
I'm going to go for a confidence one. If we keep the lineup, I think we got a better chance, but we'll see.
Do you think we'll go through? People, check out DWTT on YouTube. Alonzo, what's your confidence for Thursday?
Who the fuck knows? I'm joking.
Oh my God.
So
We just won 3-0
Tony,
today.
Tony's rubbing off negatively.
Give him a red card, right?
I think that with the result today, I think we could. Well, the team we had the other day showed a lot more fight than what we had before, and it kind of shows the disparity between Lacazette as captain and Aubameyang as captain. And there's a big difference to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think that Lacazette has the ability to not only communicate but also show fight that he wants to stay, or not wants to stay, but wants to win at Arsenal. And where Aubameyang goes out in La La Land and just doesn't do enough. But to me, I think that we're more capable of beating a team like Sevilla Prague. So I'm going to think positive, and I think we'll go through. I think we'll go through 2-0.
2-0. I think we'll get through the tie. And your answer there was classic. A lot of people, it struck a chord with a lot of people there, Alonso. Gary, let's get rid of this team from the Czech Republic and let's move on here, right?
Yeah, I guess we like it to be a little challenging, right? We don't want to put the leg, finish off the 2-leg affair in the first leg. We like to push it out so we can get something out of it. I don't like that, but I think that's what we do. So yeah, we're under the cushion now, right? We got a little bit of pressure on us. We usually play better, especially right now. We've been playing good about that. So let's see.
Good pressure.
Yeah, let's see if we Arteta comes out with a game plan and understands that we need to score goals. We're not gonna win it 1-0. I don't even want to think like that. I don't want to, because we shouldn't have to win 1-0.
No.
Right? I mean,
we were thinking that today, right, Gary? We were thinking we shouldn't have to win 1-0.
Yeah, and if you think about it, if you stick with the same lineup, then at least you have Aubameyang, Emile Smith-Rowe, and Martin coming off the bench if you really need to change things up. You get 5 subs. You got 45 minutes to see if what you did this week can follow up and be used again, right? And then if it doesn't work, you got 45 minutes to fix it, right? With the players coming off the bench that can't give you probably 90 minutes anyways. They've been sitting out. At least the youngsters. Aubameyang should be able to give you 90, but there's no reason to bring him in if Lacazette is your player, right?
Gary with leg puns. Oh, don't get us started, Tony. We'll do that on Thursday night.
I'm not good. Like I'm gonna have to work on that. So let me put it down here. Leg puns. Let me write it down.
We're gonna razz him on Thursday night when the second leg. When we win the second leg.
That wasn't even a leg pun. I need to work on it so you actually know. That was just plain old football in the Europa League, right? So
listen, people, let's help Tony win a second leg here for the first time in his life.
There you go. He needs that second leg just so he can stand up straight.
Amputation, and life's been just a little bit more tricky than all of us on standing up on 2 legs. So
my second leg won't fit right now.
He needs to get himself a permanent prosthetic leg. I will leave the GoFundMe details in the description. Please check it out. Please donate what you can and help a Gooner get up. Help a cranky Gooner get up and support Arsenal. We'll leave it there. Hopefully on Thursday night we see Balogun included in the squad because the subs bench will be a lot bigger. 3-0 win today. gives us some kind of confidence, get some kind of low key confidence to take into Thursday night. The narrative would have been bad if we had not done what we were supposed to do today. We should have beaten Sheffield United 3-0. And guess what? We did. We did it. We did what we had to do. At least 3-0 would have. It's okay. Arsenal Twitter can rest easy for another 4 days until the next thing, right? Until the next thing. We will see you all Thursday night. Darren, thanks for dropping in. It's always good to have you here. You know that.
Thank you.
Anytime
Thanks
want
for
to
having
come
me.
on,
Thank you, Darren, for
let us
joining.
know anytime you want to come on.
Thank you, everybody in the chats again. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Gary, Alonso, and that guy down there, Tony.
Is
We
it?
didn't have
Oh,
our
down this way. Down this
no
way.
final word today. No final thoughts. Bad, Ray.
No, because you don't have any final thoughts. You're tired.
I'm not tired. I have double caffeine.
This reminds me of Return of the Jedi when all the Ewoks poked C-3PO.
Don't we normally do our hands? Do we do our hands?
No, that's on Thursday night.
Oh.
That's in June when he was right for that one prediction. We can go.
Right? Well, more than one prediction.
Okay.
Stefan, great stream. Most importantly, great laugh. Well done. Thank you, everyone, and thanks to all of you. We always say it would just be 4 or 5 of us talking together, and everyone in chat. Even though this conversation it goes parallel to what we're talking about, it's always fun. It's always unique, and that's what you want. You want to be a little bit unique, and you want to do something a little bit different. Check out DWTT on YouTube also, and go to that GoFundMe link right now.
And catch Gary on every Arsenal podcast there is.
Don't buy Tony a coffee. Give him the $4 or $5.
There you go.
Thanks, everyone. Come on, you
Thank you.
goodness. Up the Arsenal. We're out of here. Let's get through the tie on Thursday. Thanks, Stephen. Thanks,